everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I'm gonna scoot you guys in just a tiny bit. I feel like I'm not centered. Scoot just a tiny bit. Oh my god. So I wanted to make this video because I think this is just something I need to talk about again. If you guys remember, early 2023, I made a paranormal update video talking about like what I experienced when my parents were gone the week after Christmas. My parents did not leave the week after Christmas this past Christmas, so I didn't have anything to worry about. However, my dad is in the basement of my house working on that extra room. He's been doing it for a few weeks now. And let me just tell you this. I love my father to death, but every time he does something to the house or he works on a house or anything, something happens that just kind of freaks me out. And I was talking about this. I filmed a video and I deleted it because I didn't like how frantic I was in the video. But I sat down and I watched my last two paranormal experiences, like story times, on my channel, on this channel. No. Yes, on this channel, not the last one. On this channel. And then this first one I posted, I talked about how I felt like all the bad that had been in the house was gone and it was all just good in the house now. Well, after the experience I had after last Christmas in 2022, I don't think that anymore. I just genuinely just feel like it's all still here, like something stayed in here. House. And I was, watching those videos and I decided like I need to talk about what's happened since that incident. The last thing I think I told you guys was the hand popping around the corner, like creeping in. You know what I mean? Like kind of like that. And then me just not seeing it. Pretty much everything was good. I started to work. I worked a summer job. I worked this little ice cream shop. And during the summer, the ice cream shop is opened and it's 9. So sorry. And so I came home one night. I was like in my car. It's pitch black. I had worked the closing shift. I came back and I was in my car and I was like getting my purse and I was making sure I had everything. And my headlights were still on because in my old car, I had to manually turn them on and off like by the knob. And so I was like quite literally getting ready to turn my headlights off and all of a sudden I see this black figure just go. And I mean like it was tall enough that like it went in front of my headlights. And I was like, just kind of sat there for a good minute going, I just witnessed this. Like whatever that was happened. And I was like, I think I filmed it on Snapchat, so I'll have to go find that video and put it in. But I was like, I didn't want to get out of my car. It was just kind of one of those like the feeling of just, creeped over me. And after that, I didn't have an experience like that again. Until like towards the end of the summer, my dad had made a fire. I was sitting out there by myself. I sometimes like that, to go out, sit by the fire by myself, make some s'mores, read a book. I was out there reading a book. I was listening to music with one AirPod in, and I could hear what sounded like a cat meowing. We live in a town that has a lot of stray cats. We have 2 outside cats as it is. We have 1 outside cat and 1 outside cat, and we have 1 inside cat. And I was like, oh, it's probably just Fluffy, our outside cat, or I was like, it's Bandit, our outside cat. I was like, it's one of those 2. And I'm looking around, but it sounds like it's coming from right next to me, like we're on the back porch where the cats sleep. And I was like, looking, nothing there. And I was like, okay. That experience with the cat, I kind of just pushed aside. I was like, it's nothing to worry about. Like, they're not gonna get me. Whatever this is just leaving me alone. My parents went back to Tennessee this year. They went the week before Halloween, before Thanksgiving, before Halloween. And I had started a new job. I work Monday through Thursday, and then I have Fridays off. And Monday through Thursday was pretty okay. Nothing really happened. Not that I know during the day, because I was gone. I came home for lunch and that's about it. But I don't know. I'm just a really weird person. And I didn't sleep in my room. I didn't sleep in here when my parents are gone. I didn't do that last time they were gone either. My parents left on Saturday night and they were gone Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Came home Friday. They were gone for a good 5.5 days. And I was like, maybe it's just me. And maybe it's just I don't like being alone in the house. Even though my nephew's here, he's always in his room. It just feels like I'm alone. And so pretty much anytime I came home from lunch, I felt like I was being watched. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. Friday rolls around and I had made plans with my friend, her husband's brother, and his girlfriend, and then her husband's best friend. So it was like all of us went and saw the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. We went to a haunted house location. Then we went out to eat that night. We were gonna do that, but that day I had to take my car up to where I got it. It was I got a new car and it was just all shitty. And I came home and I was doing stuff around my house. My sister brought me home, and it was this overwhelming sense of like somebody was watching me, and I was like, maybe it's me, maybe I'm just like paranoid because my parents are gone. And it didn't help that the first night they were gone, I went and saw the new Saw movie with my niece after not seeing any of the other Saw movies. It was like that fear, I guess, that set in me. I was like, maybe I'm being paranoid, and maybe it's just like there's nothing here, it's just me. But then I was watching my last 2 paranormal update videos. I made that video talking about how I just felt like it wasn't gone. I've deleted that video, and hence why I'm making this video. I am on Christmas break. I have 2 weeks off. I have 1 week left, and then I'm going back to work. And I was thinking of this the other day when I was making the video. I make myself very paranoid when I make the paranormal update videos, because I'm like, that means just something's gonna happen to me. Because the last time I made a paranormal update video, you guys heard the hand thing happened, and then it just freaked me out. I made that video, and I've been staying up late. Last night I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning, just watching YouTube, and that just was accidental. I didn't mean for that to happen, but I stayed late. But when I made the last video that I deleted, I was talking about it, and I was very frantic, and I was just very, I don't know about, it was just something like, it just bothered me, I guess. I was going to bed that night, and my bed's in that corner, and I sleep facing the wall. I go to sleep facing the wall, and my door is over here. My door is right here now, like it's on this wall right behind my TV. I can't really see out my door when I'm sleeping. Like, I can't like turn this way, face it, and look directly out. I actually prefer not being able to look at my door in my bedroom because it just freaks me out. Like, I'm gonna look over and see something. And so that's just my worst fear. Seen enough horror movies, it just freaks me out. I was facing the wall, and it sounded like somebody was walking up the stairs. And keep in mind, we keep the door downstairs open when we go to bed. If our big dog wants to come out because we got a puppy, if the cats want to come up, they can come up. And we have a big old tomcat whose name is Bandit, and he is a fat boy, and when he walks through the house, you can hear him walking through the house because he's fat. He's big. I could hear what sounded like somebody coming up the stairs, and I was like, oh, it's Bandit. So I ignored it. And then it felt like somebody was standing in my doorway. And I'm one of those people that, like, I wake up to somebody staring at me. Like, I don't know what it is. I've had a couple experiences with a friend where, like, I can just feel somebody staring at me, and I think that's from years and years and years of just being the odd kid out at school and looking around and observing and knowing when people are looking at me because I know that they're observing me. But I was like, I'm not going to turn around. I was like, I'm still facing the wall. I'm not turning around because whatever is in that doorway is not an animal. It's not my mom and dad. I knew my mom and dad were in bed, and I knew my nephew was in his room because I could hear him yelling at his TV playing video games. I was like, I know that whatever is in my doorway is not human. And it almost upon cue of like me thinking this, I'm gonna hate saying this because I know that once I say it, some shit's gonna happen in the house now. It almost sounded like a growl / gurgle type thing, and I don't know how else to explain it other than like that's what it sounded like. Maybe I'll try to find like a sound. It almost sounded like somebody was choking. I don't know how to explain it. I need to find like a sound and put that in. It was just such a creepy sound, and I could feel like the fear override every emotion, and it was like almost like my fight or flight was kicking in, and my flight was wanting to kick in that moment. But I knew that the only way out was through my window, and I was about to jump 2 stories down. And to me, when I do experience something like that, my brother's always usually the first one to be like, there's something in the house. My brother has been here twice since, and he's not said anything about demons being here. So I don't necessarily think that what's in here is a demon. I think it's just something that wants to mess with me and just wants me to be on edge constantly. Because since I heard that, I've been like very paranoid. Like, I've been checking my doorway and constantly looking at my doorway and constantly wanting to just cry because I'm like so scared of it happening again. that every time I make one of these videos talking about my paranormal experiences, there are people who are going to be like, oh, this is fake. She's faking it, because I never catch it on film. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:32 in the morning. I'm not going to roll over and grab my phone because I have it on my bed next to me. I'm going to roll over and grab my phone and be like, do you guys hear that? Because then it knows I'm awake and it knows I'm acknowledging it. I don't want it to know that I'm awake. I don't want it to know that I'm acknowledging its presence. For me, I know it's real, and you don't have to believe me. That's completely fine. You guys can have your opinion. I grew up watching The Honey Sunshine Girl, which I know is fake, and I don't plan on making videos like that. I plan on making videos talking about my experience, and if it comes down to something happening, like you see these masks behind me? I will say, this one right here, there's a reason I'm covering it, because it just never stays up there. It stayed up there, don't know how. I want to say that it's going to fall down today. But these two have been up quite literally since I put them up almost a year ago. Like, if these two were to fall on camera right now, yeah, they're hung up like command strips, but it wouldn't be the command strip. Like, the command strip would still be there. It'd just be the mask falling. Like, if that was caught on camera, I'd be like, hey guys, I will never film a paranormal experience video again. But like, it's just been little things. It sounds like when I'm upstairs alone by myself all day, every day. This is my sanctuary. This is my room. And when I will call myself out of this. When I first started watching, or when I first started getting really back into the paranormal stuff, it was the same year my oldest sister passed away. I remember I used to walk through my room with a candle reciting The Exorcism from Supernatural, which is funny that I remembered it because now I don't know any of the words, but I would do that and I felt like it cleansed my room. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, because apparently right after that happened, the year after that happened, I ended up having something in my room. But for me, it's just, my room is very much my sanctuary, and if something happens in my room, I'm terrified. Like, if I hear a noise in my room, like if I have my TV paused, currently I'm watching Prop Hunt. By the way, has anybody else's YouTube on their TV been doing this? Because I want to know. But I'm currently watching Prop Hunt, right? It's Jacksepticeye's video from like a year ago. But I need to know, does everybody else like have their TV paused and then you hear what sounds like somebody walking in the room next to you? Because I know I'm alone upstairs. My mom, my dad, my 2 dogs are downstairs. My nephew's in his room. Like, there's no way somebody's up here walking. But there's also something in my head that kind of clicked while I was filming that last video. I also filmed that last video at like 11:30 at night. It's currently 2 p.m. During the day, I'm filming this on New Year's Eve. And when my sister passed away, I had a sister that passed away in 2014 and 2017. Shelby's mom, Shelby's mom was the one that passed away in 2014. Oh my god. Like a kid saying her name, Shelby. But Shelby's mom passed away in 2014. That was my first sister passed away. And Shelby and I were 10 years old when her mom passed. Shelby was getting ready to turn 11, quite literally like a week later. For me and for Shelby, I think that was just kind of experience, like, we just experienced our first death. Like, oh my god, that's so cool and so freaky all at the same time. That I feel like for me, I think it hit me more than it did Shelby. Because, I mean, I'm sitting here talking about my paranormal experiences in the home that I've lived in for the last 10 years since my sister passed. My brain, it was just something that, like, I need to know, is there something after this life? Like, when we die, is there something out there? I watch Sam McColby videos. I love their videos. I think it's very good that they're going out there and they're capturing this, because especially the Conjuring house, I think that's so cool. I think that'd be really cool to do. I don't got the money and I don't got the time like they do to do that stuff, but for me, I would love to know, is there something out there other than this world? Like I said, I believe in heaven, I believe in hell, I believe in purgatory. If you have unfinished business, you're going to be in purgatory. You're going to be here. But this is also my thing. I am somebody who needs to know that there's something there. So I guess at 10 years old when I was doing this ghost hunting stuff, it was so cool. But it also, when I remembered it when filming the other video the other night, I was like, it was almost as if like something clicked in my head. Because when we were doing all that ghost hunting stuff when we were kids, we used like those ghost apps. Like, you could take a picture and it would show you there's a ghost there. It'd show you a picture of what the ghost is doing, which I know are fake. But there was one name that constantly came up when we were doing those apps, and it was Joseph. I don't know anybody named Joseph. I've never met a Joseph. To be honest with you, I don't even think I've ever met a Joe. Maybe I have and I just don't remember. But it was like, that was one name that kept popping up. And every time like that name would pop up, it'd be like boy. It'd be like little boy. I have a video somewhere, or there was a video, I might have deleted it. I had a Facebook page. It's private. I will, if I could delete it, I would, but Facebook won't let me. And I basically was like, my house is haunted. This is what I want to show. I was filming a video on my little iPhone 4. It's pitch black outside, and you could see my doorway and my window. And I only vividly remember this because I remember it made so much sense because I filmed that video a few months after my sister passed. And in that video, I like go to show outside, like nobody's out here, I just feel like I'm being watched. And you would see my doorway, and in my doorway there's a little figure. It's black, and I can tell you right now, I was the only one in my room at that time. I didn't have any friends over. It was just me in my room by myself. And that's what freaks me out, is the fact that I knew I was by myself. And when I see it and I acknowledge it, it bolts down the stairs. Everybody, so this is the picture I was talking about. I will zoom in for you to see the little figure, but yeah. Also, I do know that this is a very crappy picture. It's from an iPhone 4, so it's going to look shitty. Just that I'd let you guys know that. There is the picture still up. I'm gonna have to find that picture and put it in this video for you guys, because it's already a 17-minute video. But for me to have that experience and to understand, like, could it be, in the sense, this Joseph kid that's been haunting for the last 10 years, and like the trickster mindset I just talked about, could it be like, oh, it's a little kid, he's trying to get attention and the only way he knows how, and that's to fuck with things. But I want to know your guys' opinion on that, because I did kind of push that aside for about a decade. I was like, I don't want to talk about him. I remember, like, at one point I wouldn't even say his name because it freaked me out. And I think on my last channel I talked about that. I'd have to go back and watch his videos. I hate watching his videos. But I'd have to go back and watch where I talk about, like, when we used to walk in the woods a lot as kids, like, we'd have some shitty, like, weird shit happen. And I never filmed it, but we're not allowed to film in those woods anymore, so not that I would want to film in those woods anymore, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, I just want to talk about that, and comment down below what you guys think, because I just needed to get that off my chest. I needed to talk about that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next video, which I can say the next video should be a true crime video, just to let everybody know.